All right, guys, so we are now recording. I am with one of my favorite people, Katie. I feel like I know you, but we don't really know each other, but I know you. Isn't that a weird kind of how this world is online? But I was just chatting with Katie before we hopped on to actually record the interview, and I was just kind of saying to her, just thank you for being part of this. We really wanted to just kind of offer up some inspiration. We know that a lot of small business owners right now are just kind of curious and wondering and a lot worrying about what the future is, what they can be doing now, what is working for people. And the response was unbelievably overwhelming to see people reach out and say, yeah, I'd love to chat, love to give my story, what's working for me. And Katie is the first person I'm interviewing for these little Permission to Hustle Diaries. So Katie, tell everybody what business you're in, how long you've been doing it, just like a quick, who are you and what you do.
Sure. So hey guys, I'm Katie DeVito and I am an independent designer with Origami Owl, which is a direct selling company. I am a director with the company. I've been with them, it's going to be 8 years this summer, which is just insane. Yeah. And I've earned numerous trips, and my team last year, we were top 20 in the entire company. But I wanted to talk to you today, and Audrey and I have chatted a little bit about what's going on in our world in this pandemic, and how it's working, what I'm doing, and what I'm going to say is going to be geared probably more towards people in the direct selling industry, but it can totally be relatable to people in other industries, if you're a business owner or a blogger, I think. So for me, I will tell you that people are shopping, people are booking parties, and people are joining your company. When I tell you that this month, my personal sales are higher than it's ever been. But here's the thing is that even before March happened, even before, COVID happened, people wouldn't book parties. They would book a party or they wouldn't. They would shop or they wouldn't shop. They'd join your team that always happened.
Right.
So that's still going to happen now. And of course you want to be sensitive to everything that's going on, because people are going through different struggles. People are homeschooling. People have lost their jobs. So you want to be sensitive to what's going on. But at the same time, people used to say no to stuff before all of this. So now this has happened, right? So my calendar is jam-packed with parties because people are looking for an outlet. People want to do something fun. So I do Facebook parties. I can do a Zoom party. Who doesn't want to see sparkly jewelry, And while some people are not spending their money, there's a bunch of people that had vacations booked. They had things that they were going to spend money on that now they're not. So there's a mix, and it's kind of 50-50. There's people that are not spending any money, and there's a bunch of people who are looking to spend some money because their plans have been canceled and they have that money to spend. And then as far as parties go, people are looking for something to do. A lot of people are getting together with high school friends, college friends, family, all different groups of people. But here's an outlet. Instead of doing an in-home party, you can do a virtual party. I go live in there. I schedule my posts out. My calendar is so packed with parties because people want that. They want to be social. So while we're physically distancing, we don't need to be socially distancing.
Right. Now, was your virtual business before as booming as it is now? Or is this really kind of new territory for you in terms of even like the virtual party world?
So when I first started with Origami Owl, I wasn't as online as I have been the past few years. Okay. I do run the majority of my business online. Now, there's plenty of people that are on my team that a lot of them do vendor shows, and that's where they make their money.
Yeah.
And, doing any vendor shows and, anywhere. So I've been working with my team on how, they need to pivot their business. And I have, I offer a lot of special trainings just for my team. Our company also does too, offers a lot of special trainings. But even those that hadn't been running their business online, they're seeing such great success. Like my personal volume is higher than it's been in I don't even know how long. Our team volume is more than it was this time last year.
Wow. And you wouldn't have thought that.
Maybe. I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous, but our team volume is more than it was last year. This time last year. And people are joining too. So right. I think that people need to, people are afraid right now to say, hey, Audrey, do you want to book a party? Because they're scared. They're scared of your situation. Okay, Audrey, she has 5 kids. She's got to be so busy. You know what? I'm not going to bother her. I'm not going to ask her. But the reality is that you might really want that. Like you might really like to have a party online. Your friends are there. You look at some jewelry, and isn't that a good time? So I think people are afraid of asking.
Yes.
To host a virtual party with them, or afraid of asking, like, hey, listen, I know that you recently lost your job, or they cut back on your hours, or you're furloughed for a little bit. Have you ever thought about, I know you love the products. Have you ever thought about doing a little side hustle, like earning some extra cash, or I know you love the products, you're at least getting the discount. So I think people get afraid, because I've heard, even from my designers, they're like, nobody wants to buy, everybody's lost their job near me. But have you asked them? Maybe they can't spend money, but maybe they want to host a party, and the calendar is filled, and people are buying. And Mother's Day is coming. Like for us, and I'm sure other companies have a lot of special products, but we have special things for Mother's Day. We have special things for seniors who are graduating. We have special things for teachers. So people are also buying for those things. They can't go to a store and do their shopping right now, to buy gifts or anything, and it gets shipped right to them. So I think a lot of people are taking advantage of that too. Right,
absolutely. And even, and I love to hear, because if someone's out there going, you know what, I am in direct sales, it's different from what you do, Katie, but, because one thing I've appreciated immensely is, obviously I make a living working online and working and partnering with brands and whatnot, but I love when a PR girl or guy has messaged me or emailed me that I don't have a good relationship with maybe before, and they say, listen, I'd love to be able to pitch this to you. And they give me the pitch, and it's not really a hard pitching now, but then they say, and if you prefer me not continuing in anything, please let me know. And this is a first. So I've loved how everybody is trying to be very sensitive, but still asking, because someone like me, I would still love to be on their list. I don't want to press pause. So has dialogue with your customers. So it has changed just in terms of like the sensitivity piece, but you're still asking.
Right. It's funny because I have had people say no. People said no to hosting a party to stuff
before
all the time. Right?
Yes.
So, but now I'm having people that still say no for whatever reason. Maybe they don't want to. They're not interested in doing a party, but some of them don't want to do it because of their financial status right now, or whatever. And so what I'm saying is, I'm like, okay, I totally understand. That's absolutely okay if you don't want to host a party. I do feel like people like to get together right now, and it is kind of fun. Yes. But is it okay if I circle back to you? Is it okay if I follow up with you later on down the line to maybe do something?
Absolutely.
And they almost always say yes.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, it's okay that you don't want to do it. Can I circle back with you like later on? And they say yeah, usually.
And I love what you said, because when you and I were first talking about hopping on and chatting, you had used the word pivot. You had just said, listen, because I know, and maybe I don't want to put words in your mouth, but there had to have been, when everything started to happen and school shutting down, and obviously all of a sudden, like everything starts, you had to have a sense of fear or nervousness, because for many of us, our jobs provide for our families. It's not just fun money that we might go on vacation with. It's money that needs to pay bills. It's money that needs to go towards our kids. So I loved when you said the word pivot because, and I just love you to talk about that because I feel like a lot of people right now, they're scared maybe to pivot. They are filled with fear about, hey, if this continues, what's going to happen 2 or 3 months from now? If you don't mind, just like talk me through what you felt and then how you just said, you know what, I'm going to make it work. And this is what I'm going to have to do. Like what was the thought process in just making that happen?
So it's funny because our business recently, right, like probably the beginning of the year, they were starting they really wanted to focus us on doing more in-home parties.
Wow. Well, there you go.
And that was like the beginning of the year. And then we've always done in-home parties. We've always done vendor shows. And it was probably like the beginning of the year or the end of last year that they've really been trying to say, hey, people want connection. We need to do in-home parties. And I've ran the majority of my business online for a while now. So I've already been doing that, and I've already like trained my team on how to do that.
Right.
Do that too. But the company as a whole, I mean, they pivoted and they've provided even more trainings for us to work with our teams to do more online parties. And I think it's so important. I want to share a little story. So my husband and I have been talking a lot about this too, and how so many companies are pivoting right now because they have to, because they need to stay in business. I mean, there's so much going on. You're homeschooling 5 kids right now.
Right.
That's a lot.
Right.
And you have a business, and your husband has a business. And I mean, there's a lot. So we've been talking about, so there's this place near us, Joe's Meat Market. And it's called Joe's Meat Market, but it's really like, it's a deli. They have a pizza place, but the owner actually started out as a butcher. And what people don't really know, even though it's called Joe's Meat Market, is that you can get your meat and you can get meats there, and it's really good quality meat. But people usually just go, they get their sandwiches, they order a pizza. So early on with this pandemic, I saw on Facebook that he posted, hey, these are things that we have in stock that you can come and get from us. Whole chickens, like uncooked chicken, different chickens, seafood, all different kinds of meat. A lot of stuff that he never had before. We have toilet tissue, we have paper towels, we have Clorox bleach, and it's a list. And it's not that big of a list, but he figured it out.
Yes.
He figured it out. What do people need right now? I have access to that. I'm going to bring it in so people can shop with me. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, we need to call Joe. I need to get let's see if I can get a block of cheddar cheese. I need some Parmesan. I need a rump roast. I need some chicken cutlets. And made a grocery list.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And they delivered it to me.
Oh,
and
it's great.
And it's amazing. And, people don't really know him that way, even though it's called Joe's Meat Market. But, he really pivoted. I mean, he's bringing in toilet tissue and cleaning supplies. And I think it's so important for whatever business you're in. Mm-hmm. You need to figure out a way to stay afloat.
Yes.
And I know some other people that have businesses and they've shut down their restaurant and I'm thinking, well, why can't you be like Joe's Meat Market? Joe figured it out. Joe brought it. He's bringing in, food. He's bringing in paper products. And letting people know. And then people are coming and shop. He's busier than ever. It's hard to get them on the phone to place your order. And it sounds like complete chaos in there, which is fantastic. But he's stepping up for his community too, because the community needs these products. And we can't, people don't want to go to the grocery store and do their shopping, and you can't get a time slot to pick it up online. Right. So, but you know what? Go to Joe's Meat Market. You can come to John and Joan's farm stand. They've brought in some extra things too. Normally they're fruits and vegetables. Okay, now they brought in some cheeses and some dairy, and they have yogurt and creamer and not a ton of stuff. Right. But they've pivoted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So would that because I'd love to end this with you having like a piece of advice for people, because you really, again, like you said, it's you're pivoting, you're thinking about, and I love what you said too, you have to make your business work. You have to somehow. Many people just, this is the bread and butter. This is what they're meant to do. This is what they love to do and they want to do. They're going to figure out a way and hopefully it will work. But what is a piece of advice that you love to leave people with? Is it to be like Joe, to be like,
be like Joe. Also, never be afraid of the word no. I say it all the time. People get so scared, I think, that when they ask a question, they're scared. They don't even give somebody the opportunity sometimes to tell them no. They're just assuming you're gonna say no. So don't give people that opportunity. Ask them. If they say no, hey, that's okay. Can I follow up with you later? And then move on to the next person. But, keep at it. Don't just don't throw up your hands and throw in the towel and just give up because one person, two people tell me no all the time. Right. But I move on to the next person and that's okay. And yeah, you have to be like Joe, figure out how you're going to have to change your business somehow.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to have, if you have a business, you're going to have to change it. So you need to figure out what can you do to pivot your business to stay afloat, and in the meantime you're probably helping out your community at the same time, and your community needs these businesses. We need Joe's Meat Market, we need John and Joan's farm stand.
Yes.
Yes, so
absolutely. No, I love that.
Don't be afraid to know.
And I love that, and the people that work with you and are on your team, they need you to be the leader. And they, so you're right. Everybody has people or customers or clients that are dependent on them to show an example. So I can't thank you.
Yeah, we look to our leaders. Look to our leaders.
Very true. So thank you so much. You are.
Thank you.
I'm so happy that that you wanted to chat, and I love what you're doing. And I think it's very interesting that from January, when at-home parties were going to be a focus, to literally just a short. I mean, it happened within 2.5, 3 months. A complete and utter pivot. I think it's a testament to you and your company that you guys are really taking this on and doing what you have to do right now to have your business survive, and it is. So. Thank you so much. I can't.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll put all your links too in the description of the video. So anyone that would like to get in touch with you, if anybody out there is looking for a side hustle, I know there's a lot of people in the group that are either furloughed right now or laid off. And if obviously this seems like a business that, hey, you know what? Hey, maybe I like everything Katie said. I love sparkly. I like that stuff. Then I'm going to make sure your information is there too. So
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.